Here are the top 3 headlines from all the sports. Number 1, mail it in. It's March Madness starting this week. This weekend is one of the greatest weekends in sports, where it's just every 45 minutes there's a new basketball game coming on.
I know.
You could make the most ridiculous parlays, and you get them like that one right after the other, dude. It's incredible. Number 2 headline, and we'll go through these pictures as we go along. Former Cowboys BFFs now in an internet scuffle. Text. Where?
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, one NFL head coach is squatting a lot, but does it count? So those are the 3 topics we will cover. Number 1.
Like staying in people's houses that don't live there anymore?
Oh. He is in California, though.
Just saying, you know. Gotta ask. Gotta make sure.
Here it is, boys. Here it is. The bracket. What everybody's been waiting for. We've got 2 or 4 playing games that start March 27th and 28th.
No.
Wait,
start
what?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, I'm looking.
God.
Jeez.
Not a math guy.
Already upset.
Shout out to everybody who's just been ripping me for the past 3 days.
You could not have been further off on that. And the fact that Edge and I sat here and allowed it to happen, we should be ripped on too.
Same thing I said. But I also said that I was so tired at that time. I was just like, whatever he said. I just said it.
Well, the thing that got me with him is he said that he looked it up.
I did, but I calculated the minutes, not the hours. That's where I went
wrong. He said he looked it up and he did the math on this.
God.
Somebody said they wanted to hire me just to watch me do math and pay me minimum wage for the amount of time that I had to sit there and do that.
Oh, Lordy.
Here it is, not the paper version. You have to print out a paper one of these just because. I'm going to print one out tomorrow. But here it is. I've got don't worry, I got all the regions. We got it broken down, but we've got Alabama State and St. Francis. We've got American and Mount St. Mary's. We got Texas and Xavier, San Diego State and North Carolina. Just as BMO chimes in here, we're going to get to that in a second. Any thoughts on the bracket initially? It just came out, and I know nobody's looked at it, so I wrote down one note of the bracket. One. That's it, and I'll tell you when we get there.
Where's UConn?
They're an 8 seed playing Oklahoma. And then if they win, they get Florida. So 3-peat.
Wow. SEC.
Yes. So the Raleigh section has Florida, Norfolk State, UConn, which I don't understand. I guess Duke's in Raleigh too. That makes sense then. Okay.
That's for the first round.
Yeah.
Florida's in the West.
What?
Florida's in the West. So
yes, Florida's in the West. The first round they play in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So, but here it is. 64 teams. Well, I don't know what is it, 68 now? Who knows? Yeah, any thoughts, 68. Tex? You're looking at it right now. I see you looking at it. What do you think? What do we think about the graphic?
I'm trying to see who has the easiest path.
I got it. Don't worry, dude. I got it split up. And this thing didn't release without controversy, ladies and gentlemen. North Carolina AD, athletic director and chairman of the selection committee, Bubba Cunningham, on the Tar Heels being selected to the NCAA tournament. I was not in the room for any of that. Mr. Chairman of the selection committee, not in the room during the selection process. What are you doing then, sir? If you don't mind us asking.
I can just say he recused himself for Carolina.
He wasn't involved. Okay. All right, here he comes. You didn't know this about Mr. Brandon, did you, J-Vi? He's also a UNC fan.
Oh, of course.
They belong.
Bandwagon.
Involved. Yeah, he's totally bandwagon. We've known him a long time.
Quad 1 win all season.
I know. It's crazy. He said it's policy. Were we saying the same thing when they did the playoff committee for the football? Huh?
Policy that UNC makes it to the tournament?
I'm all for this, dude. This is the SEC getting a little taste of their own medicine. I mean, they already got 14 teams in, for crying out loud. But I'm completely fine for UNC stuff on the ballot for the ACC. They got to sit there and watch the ACC do it all the time in football. Let them have it.
What about West Virginia?
Put more of them in there. Oh, yeah, I think I got something on that too. Put more ACC teams there. He should have been. This is his time. Get him out. This is your time, dude. The Big Ten and the SEC have a stranglehold. The Blue Bloods? Are they Blue Bloods anymore? Is UNC a Blue Blood anymore?
I
don't know. Anyways. This is where it got crazy. These are the teams that they let in, and here are the first 4 out. People are really mad about Indiana, and then there's your West Virginia, J-Bye. Sorry about your in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
But they let in Xavier, North Carolina, and San Diego State. Now, admittedly, nobody on this show has watched more basketball at all. Actually, hardly watched any basketball at all until this week. Whenever I was watching all the conference tournaments, that was electric. That's when I love watching basketball.
Yeah.
Championship week was fantastic. It was great. You just turn on the TV.
West Virginia hurt themselves though because they lost in the first round of the Big 12 championship.
Well, don't do that. Maybe you'll get in.
North Carolina should have beaten Duke.
Oh my gosh, dude! They're in the shambles
Cooper
meter.
Flag. Was it Flag?
Duke won the ACC without their best player.
Yeah,
that was great. All right, so we've got more on the. So here's the South region. Tex, this is what you're looking at. Who's got the easiest path? So this is Auburn's region. I guess they were the number 1 overall seed. So it's Auburn, Michigan State, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Michigan, Ole Miss, Marquette, Louisville, and then all the other lower seeds. So looking at this right now, is this an easy path? There has to be at least how many SEC teams are there?
14.
1, 2, 3 in this region. There are 3 SEC teams. Actually, I take that back. I wrote down 2 notes for the tournament. Okay. Now, everybody loves Auburn and Bruce Pearl.
How is Auburn a number 1 seed? And they've lost 2 of their last 3 or 4 games.
I don't know. I'm not part of the committee. It doesn't make sense. Who else are they going to put up there?
I have no idea. Who won the Big Ten championship?
People are mad about Louisville being ranked that low at 8. They said they had better quality wins than even Clemson, who was ranked 5th in another division. The Big Ten championship or champion Michigan's in here.
But Louisville was 13th in their division.
Louisville?
Weren't they?
No, they were 2nd or 3rd in the ACC.
Oh, I saw 13th. It said 2 versus 13. So I thought that they were the 13th seed. And
they were 2. They were 2. Clemson was 3. Wake Forest was 4. So you got Marquette. Isn't that where Shaka Smart is?
Yeah.
The one team. Here's what I'll say about this bracket, the South. I watched Bryant play. Number 15 down here. That's my one. That's 15/2 right there, boys. They have got.
Who'd you watch Bryant play against?
I don't even remember.
So
I remember I watched. They got 2 dudes, and I'm like, that guy. I think his name's. Oh, I forgot his name already. He was the player of the year in that conference. But holy cow, that guy was a freak show. Like visibly head and shoulders. I don't know what he did or what happened to him, but I'm just saying right now, Bryant is the one that is my 15/2.
Here's a real question.
Okay.
There's 14 SEC schools in there. Do more than half make it to the next round of 32?
So you're saying 7 out of the 14?
Yes.
Do
7.5 of them make it to the round of 32?
Is that can you bet that?
I don't know.
Timberlake, that's his name. Timberlake. I was
Justin?
like, I knew it was a pop star. I don't know, man. I hope they don't. I hope all 14 of them lose, or at least 10 of them. If they all we've had to sit here and listen all year about, best conference this, best conference that. And then they get a record-tying or record-setting number of teams in. How many teams are even in the SEC?
16.
No. Are you kidding me?
South Carolina and LSU are the only two that didn't make it. Which is funny because those are the two best girls teams in the SEC is South Carolina and LSU.
They put the entire conference in the tournament?
Except for two teams. Dude, they were 500 against each other all year long.
Texas is 19-15.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I don't know.
North Carolina has one quad win victory all year.
All those stats have messed everything up. They've messed everything up because they're all based off of rankings. And they let in the entire SEC. That's Tex, looking at this, who do you like here? See, we got a Tiger, we got a Cardinal, we got a Blue Jay, we got a Wolverine. We got what's San Diego's the Tritons. It's nice. Aggies, Bulldogs.
I think I'm going to have to go with Iowa State.
Big 12
I
feel like you do that.
They're missing their two best players.
And I feel like you do that every year. I feel like you always pick Iowa State. Or Arizona. You're a big Arizona guy, too.
I'm going Michigan State out of this one.
No, they're going to lose to Bryant. I think it's Give me Marquette, dude. Give me Marquette. Edge.
This is the longest 3 minutes of basketball I ever listened to in my life.
Oh, you forgot we had another region, dude. Here we go. Duke's region, the East region. Okay. Initial thoughts, boys. Where's it at? Who's it? 15/2, not in this one. 10-7.
No.
There's your 10-7.
12/5.
Oh, Liberty over Oregon? I didn't even know Oregon was in.
12/5 always hits.
I know. Here we go. One.
I'm going Duke out of this region.
2. Yeah, Duke for sure. There's 3. So there's three SEC teams in this one. So there we go. East region, not a lot of SEC teams. They probably did that on purpose.
Duke over Vandy, J-Vi?
Vandy? Vandy's a 10 seed.
Cinderella.
This looks like a pretty easy route for Duke. I'm not going to lie.
So he got UNC in and gave Duke an easy route. Wow, ACC. I never thought I'd hear an ACC chant. They're together.
Wisconsin can't trust them. Alabama can't trust them. Arizona, that one guy, Caleb Love, just shoots the ball all the time.
I don't trust anybody in this region. That's why I'm going Duke.
Yeah. Can't trust them, dude. Tex, who do you trust? Wisconsin.
I'm going with Duke.
There you go. Unanimous decision. East Division champs, Duke. They are really good. They won the ACC with their best player. They're missing
Clemson's the
2
only
guys.
one that matches up good with them.
Which one?
Clemson matches up good with them, but Clemson can't. Clemson beats themselves.
Whoops.
This is the highest ranking Clemson's had in a playoff in a long time.
Oh, in your face, Edge. All right, the West region, Florida. We were just kind of talking about this. St. John's and Omaha, Texas Tech, Maryland, Florida, your top 4 seeds. How many SEC teams? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 here.
I don't know how good you are at math, dude, but if there's 14 SEC teams, there's probably at least 3 in each division. And 2 of them probably have 4.
I'm trying to count. One of them is going to be the SEC. They stack the deck. One of them is going to do it. I know it is.
2 of them are going to have 4. The other ones are going to have 3. That's how 14 works.
No, I think they're going to have 5 in one of them. 1. I'm telling you. Anyways, I think 13/4 is a sleeper here. Grand Canyon over Maryland, absolutely.
No, Maryland's actually pretty good.
So is Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon's got that one guy. I remember watching him. He's
I'll
back.
go Colorado State over Memphis in this one. 12/5.
Ooh, yeah, I like that one. That's your lock of the. That's your 12/5 of the year.
Well, I haven't seen the other one yet, but
Okay.
that's the one I'm on now.
They let Calipari in right here. Kansas versus Arkansas. Tex
The
thoughts.
Battle of the Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking the Grand Canyon's the upset here too,
That's what I'm saying. The Lopes, baby.
and St. John's might be the best team in that bracket.
Oh, he's putting on the white suit, Mr. Patino over here.
Patino.
That's right.
Chris Mullins.
I hear you. Freaking White Goodman up in here with the purple scarf. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. I feel like there's a lot of Bulldogs in this division. Drake Bulldogs. Okay, maybe there's only one Bulldog in this division.
UConn. No, they're not Bulldogs. They're Huskies.
This might be the best mascot division. I don't know what the Omahas are or the St. John's. Razorbacks, Jayhawks, Seahawks, Raiders, Red Raiders, Bulldogs, Tigers, Antelopes, Turtles, Rams.
Didn't St. John's the Johnnies?
They might be. Sooners, Huskies, Gators. This is the West by far has the best mascots. I'm calling it right now. That's a good mascot division right there. And then finally the Midwest. This is Houston's and Tennessee and Kentucky and Purdue. Here, cheat code, never bet Purdue in anything, ever. They suck. They will lose in the first round. So High Point upset 13/4. There's your one. Oh, this is the one. Bulldogs, Gonzaga versus Georgia. Bulldog off. This is the one. So anything stick out to anybody here?
Clemson easily wins this bracket.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Finally. Texas.
Isn't it McNick State the team that has the manager that walks them out with the boombox?
Oh no. McNeese State?
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably get to the finals and lose. That's what that does usually.
Manager walks them out
sounds
with
like the
boombox,
Niners.
Like
That's what I'm saying. You retire that one. Retire it. Get rid of it. So I don't know. Houston's pretty good, but they always lose whenever they shouldn't lose. Gonzaga won their conference. That's how they're in. I have no idea how Georgia and Texas are in. Those are like
But
pity
St.
invites.
Mary's not make it?
St. Mary's made it. They were in the last one, I think.
I was about to say.
They're in the East region with Duke. They're 7 seed playing Vanderbilt. Yeah, I feel like Kentucky's just one of those teams everybody's going to pick out of this region and be like, you know what? If they get it going, they're athletic enough. And
No.
I don't know. You never know. Shout out Utah State.
If Wofford gets hot, watch out.
Hey, you watched them play the other week.
I mean, they didn't play Tennessee, but they got some guys that can shoot.
Here's the cheat code. Who's got the most senior laden team?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
We do need
that's
that.
The team
I need that stat.
Like, which team has the most seniors on it? That's why I'm picking that Bryant team, dude. I'm telling you. Timberlake. Just don't forget that. We'll have to clip that. All right. Anything else on brackets? Is everybody going to fill out a bracket? Do we need to start a bracket pool?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a Millie Goes bracket pool. I'll get it out this coming week, over tonight, tomorrow, sometime. Okay. Can't wait. Second piece of information from headlines. Micah Parsons has fully transitioned into Mr. Internet Troll Guy with his podcast. He doesn't care about football anymore. DeMarcus Lawrence, when he got traded to...
Cares about football.
He got traded to or got signed by whatever, the Seahawks. He says, quote, Dallas is my home, but I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. Basically, just dumping all over the Cowboys.
Where's the lie?
That's what I'm saying. And then Micah Parsons, of course, said this what rejection and envy
He's not
look
going
like.
to Super Bowl there because he's not there anymore.
That's what Micah Parsons should have said. This is what rejection and envy look like. This is some clown, S-H-I-T, clown emoji. And then DeMarcus Lawrence says, calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left. And I give him credit for using wouldn't have left instead of wouldn't have left. Most people make that mistake. They go of and not have. It's wouldn't have left.
You think that was AI written?
I don't know, but kudos to him. Tex, your Cowboys. Why is your guy worried about another man's job?
I don't know why DeMarcus Lawrence would say such a ridiculous thing.
Are the Cowboys going to win a Super Bowl? Answer the question.
Yeah, they're gonna win a Super Bowl.
When?
20 years from now.
You can't keep asking questions. You get one question.
Okay, somebody else ask a question about the Cowboys.
Is the quarterback going to play the entire season this year?
Yep.
Dak's going to finish the entire season.
I'll say a quarterback will play.
Yeah, a quarterback will, but it won't be Dak. Dak's going to be the press box drinking.
Didn't Cooper Rush sign with the Ravens?
I don't know. Did he?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think you have a healthy QB right now.
Oh, no, and they let Trey Lance go. They're going to draft Shedeur Sanders. Oh, my gosh, they're going to draft Shedeur Sanders.
Ooh,
it's setting up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is hilarious. The more the NFL goes on, the more the NBA comes out. And I feel like all the sports are just turning into the NBA. It's crazy. CO and Stats of Iron, we're talking about that this weekend. I'm going to keep asking.
Did you ask him about being a Bills fan?
No, we did talk about Tomlin, though.
We
talked about Tomlin, though, about how he's untouchable. There's just no way. They're trying to trade for Purdy, apparently, and that's the rumor he tried to start. And I said, come on, they're not trading for Purdy. I was like, there's no way. They don't.
What
they
would
don't
you
want
do
Purdy.
if they did?
Nothing.
Would you be a Steelers fan?
No. Why would I be a Steelers fan?
Would you finally admit and put the Niners at the top of the shambles meter?
No. I trust them, dude. They don't make the playoffs, and then they make the playoffs and go on a deep run. That's what happens every time.
After the moves they've made, you trust the front office.
I know you sent me that, BMO, but I assure you my dad didn't. The CO Stats didn't read that, and he probably found his own source too. So, what was he? He was saying UNC took Florida, Michigan State, and Duke to the wire. Good quality. Listen to you UNC fans, man. UNC fans. Unbelievable. Quality losses.
We hadn't heard from BMO all year about UNC basketball, and they play one decent game against Duke, and all of a sudden, they've been there all year.
Unbelievable. I love the fact that what is Micah Parsons gonna do when he gets traded? And he's been running around talking all this junk, and then they just boot him out and trade him away. And he's gonna look like a real idiot. Of course they're gonna trade him. He stinks. They can't pay him. All right, topic number 3. Sean McVay.
Dang go.
Okay.
That form.
Sean No. Sean McVay was working out, I think, with Andrew Whitworth, and they both had on this. I don't know what you want to call it, hack squat bar, whatever you want to call it.
Looks like a life vest for squatting.
And he's almost to 90. You can measure that, and it might be 90, but I don't know. But he's got what has he got on there? 1, 2, 3,
4, 415.
405 maybe. 405. First of all, his hands are on the bar. So
it looks like he's leaning forward.
He's got good hip hinge, he's got good knee bend, but he's not quite 90, and he's hanging on to the bars.
Do we think that he was falling forward and this picture was just taken at the right?
No, because I watched the video. I checked the tape. Him and Andrew Whitworth were doing this, and I'm telling you right now, with your hands on the bar like that, you're able to do a lot more. Let's just cut to the chase, McVay. We're not saying that you. Tech. Edge. Come on. What do we got here?
I would agree. Safety bar squat, holding on, and a belt. Will Copman's pretty much called him out saying this is squatting 135. I don't know if I would go like that. I would say 225-ish maybe, but hey, at least coach is getting some reps in though. You got to give him a little bit of credit.
He doesn't skip leg day. I give him that.
You don't see Andy Reid in there. I can tell you that.
So this is like if you run the 40 with a hand time and you're like, I ran a 4.4 hand time, and then you get out there with the electronic and you run a 4.95.
Yeah. Like it would be more of a gangster picture if it was straight bar, 4 plates on both sides, and chains on the end. That's when you're like, okay, go ahead and tweak that out there, big dog.
If the bar's bent.
Right.
You don't realize how much not having to control your hip hinge does for you when you're hanging on like that.
Well, and also the safety bar squat, the weight is right there in the middle. Like it's dropped down. Just, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's not straight across your back where it's, another 2 foot higher. So he's already clanking the safety catch right there. And, he's just about to hit 90.
I don't think he goes any farther down than that. And that's what I'm like, we all had that one friend. He's like, yeah, I squat 500.
Yeah.
He gets to unracks it and
dude, I'm totally guilty of it. Yeah. Back in the day, absolutely. Stack the plates on it, barely bend the knees, stack it back up, say, hey, I held it.
Hey, quarter squats. Tex, thoughts on Sean McVay?
I want one of those machines.
Yeah.
What, you want a Smith machine? Whatever that bar is.
Whatever this bar is that he's using.
Why?
That just looks so much easier to get up underneath there and do it by yourself.
I will say, though, I'll tell you a funny story. AK knows about this. I squatted a while back, tried to go heavy, because the Gold's Gym that I'm at, they've got some straight meatheads up in there that can, bend some bars and go crazy with it. And I went to go squat, and I had it I did a high squat, so I had it high on my, neck and shoulders. And usually I kind of I rack my shoulders out a little bit so I can keep the pressure off of it. And it slipped. And of course my shoulder's terrible. So it rolled down there. And I was like, oh my God. I thought I broke my vertebrae in my neck. And dude, it was a giant hump there for 2 weeks. I had to send a picture to AK. And I was like, dude, do I need to go get surgery? What's going on?
Oh my God.
Remember when Stewie breaks his neck? Hey, how bad is it? On Family Guy. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. And you were fine. I said, hey, it's probably going to, I sent you all kinds of articles. I can't remember what I said, but I sent you all kinds of articles. It's probably what was it? It was probably some sort of bursitis, I think is what we ended up settling on.
AK does that though, doesn't he, Edge? You ask him a question how do I do this, or how do I, is this going to be bad for me? He never answers your question. He just sends you a bunch of stuff to read and go through. And I'm like, dude, I didn't want to do this. I could have looked on the internet about this.
I could have ChatGPT.
Get an answer, not material, not study material.
Educate yourself, dude. Teach a man to fish. He'll eat forever. Give a man a fish, he'll come back.
Damn right.
Bimo said he still feels like it's football season. It's probably because we just keep talking about football. He also said he watched the first 5 minutes of the game.
What's the bench press version of this bar look like?
Probably one of those.
Does it go up? Is it like field goal post?
No, it's like when they put the blocks on your chest.
Yes,
Remember
yeah.
used to do that?
And you have the titty sleeves, that you put on, like
Yes.
that like brings it in, and the elbow sleeves where you can basically go down to here. You put
Yeah.
Somebody-
2x4s on, you go done.
Like
Somebody-
Texas bench press.
Convinced everybody. It's like, no, you're working on the last 70%. Just working on that extension.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
down slow and bench it up. I'm like,
See,
bouncing it.
Tex couldn't put any 2x4s on his chest. He would have to get like a sheet of plywood because his arms are so little,
Oh my gosh, dude. So Sean McVay, we see you. I mean, this looks great for people who don't know how to squat. Not only do we know ball, we also know weights. So you come in here hanging on to the squat rack with this, safety bar and your belt on. Like, we can see right through that, dude. This is go ahead and cut that weight about 50%. Let's see you get under there with just a regular old back barbell back squat. Actually, don't do that. You probably hurt your shoulders or something.
I mean, he's our age though, so
I know we can criticize him. I still back squat. Not gonna stop me. All right. That was all the headlines. Anybody got anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think the next thing is the shambles meter, ladies and gentlemen.